Hey guys, today I'm talking about something that a lot of you have been asking about, and I told myself that I would kind of wait on this topic because I wanted to wait until my thesis was done, but I've decided to actually maybe open up this conversation, and a lot of people have been asking. So I'm going to talk about what program I'm in university and why I chose it. Now that seems like so boring, but for some reason a lot of you are interested, and maybe it's because you're trying to figure out what you want to do in university, and maybe this topic interests you but you're not sure if you want to take it in as a minor, or maybe you're just interested in what I'm doing. So that's why I'm doing it. Also, oh my god, I ran. You know, I record my videos beforehand, so by the time this video is posted, this is a while ago, but I just did a half marathon yesterday, okay? And my shoulders are so sore all the time after I run. I need a massage. I wish I could book myself a massage. Anyways, so I'm going to talk about my academic career, I guess, because I don't know, or why I chose this program. So I'm going to talk about how Quebec is weird, okay? We don't have 4 years of high school and middle school. We're weird. We have 6 years of elementary, then we have 5 years of high school, then we have CEGEP for 2 years, then we go to university for 3 years, okay? It sounds complicated, but if we started all at the same time, we would all end at the same time. The only difference is that we don't have grade 12. We go to college instead. And then we don't have 4 years of university, we have 3, because we went to college those 2 years. CEGEP and college are they're the same thing, whatever. It's the name is different, I don't even know what it means, but it's 2 years. So after high school, I decided to go to CEGEP, and I went into the social science program. I did that because I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I didn't feel like my grades were good enough to do anything else, and I was like, I don't want to do anything else. So I went into social science not really knowing what I expected. I kind of it was very vague, and I was like, oh, these classes that I could take could be okay. So I actually took a lot of psychology classes, and I feel like I would have ended up in psychology if my grades were better, but unfortunately my grades were not better. They weren't that good. I wasn't that good at school in CEGEP. I worked my ass off in my last semester though, so that I could get into university, which helped. But I had taken 2 sociology classes, and I just remember being they were okay. And then I looked at the list of classes that sociology offered, and that was really important to me. And there were a lot of things that were gender and society and social constructions of sexuality, and they were really interesting, and I was super into that category, that sub-theme, whatever, of sociology. So I decided to apply, especially because my grades, whatever, were okay to get into sociology. So I actually got into a specialization in sociology at Concordia University. And I'm really glad that I went into a specialization. Specializations mean that you just take more credits in sociology instead of having a minor that's 30 credits and then a major that's 90 credits. Or something, no, not 90, no, we have 60 credits or something? Yeah, 60, I don't remember. Okay, it was just, a major is 42 credits, something like that. It's not that much more. And then I just had to take more classes, and that was, I feel like this is turning into a story time, but I don't want that to happen. Whatever, I just took more classes in sociology, and they were higher level classes, 400 level, whatever. So I kind of fell into sociology, and it was more of I don't know what program to go into, so I'm just going to go into sociology because I can't get into psychology, which I liked psychology. I would have went into psychology if I could have gotten into it, but I'm so happy that my grades weren't high enough because I found what I love. And I can tell you the exact class, the exact day, the exact hour when I realized that this was for me. I was in a gender and society class, and it was at night, and it was 8:30 to 11 or something. It was ridiculous. And we had to read a book for a book review, and the book was Reclaiming the F Word. I'm looking for it on my shelf. That's why my eyes are going everywhere. I'm where is it? Did I lend it to someone? I don't think I did. Okay, whatever. So it was about feminism, and before this class, I never oh, there, I see it right there. I never ever was feminism. I never had an opinion on it. I was we don't need it. Everyone's equal. After that class, after reading that book, everything changed, and I realized that everything that we know as people in society is false. And we are so privileged, and people who don't like feel the oppression that others feel don't care. Like, yeah, you can care, but like if you don't realize that it's there, you don't care. The second you realize it's there, then you should care. Some people don't though, because they're assholes. But I think after reading Reclaiming the F Word, I realized that it's not just women that are oppressed, it's men. Because men are expected to perform under this masculine like view, whatever, and it's just not right. And obviously women are way more oppressed, and there's no question about that. And it was just so interesting to me that they also brought up men, and I was like, feminism and men? I always thought feminism for equal of women, but it was not. It's for everyone. And I don't know, I think that just really opened my mind up. And I mean, that's what going into sociology is like, right? You go into sociology not really, I mean, you know what? I feel like it's way different now, because Tumblr didn't exist before I went into, I mean it did, but like no one was on it. And now everyone's on Tumblr, and there's so many social justice warriors, and there's so much like, this is problematic, this is what you should do. So kids who are like 13 know about these things, and kids who are 16 know about these things. And it's just so amazing to me that that's so widely accepted, and it's fantastic. And I guess I had to do that learning through sociology with the help of Tumblr. But going through these classes and like trying to understand the bigger picture was really hard. I remember one of my first classes, Intro to Society, the teacher was telling us about a commercial, and it was a commercial about, I don't know, there's like a hill and there's a light. It makes it seem like God, and it's like for a store. So it makes it seem like in order for you to, it was really all about like analyzing this ad. And then one time she told me, go in front of this specific store and then you'll understand why we study sociology. And I was like, what does that even mean? I walk by that store all the time. It was like a high class store. And then I realized one day I was walking by and I was like, oh my God, I get it. Because there are so many homeless people right in front of that store, and the second those people get out of that store, they don't even look. It's not their problem. It doesn't even matter to them that this person's in front of them needing help. It was just such an interesting thing to see, and obviously there was more to that, but that's the way I first interpreted it. So it was just really interesting to be able to put these pieces together. And the more and more I got into this program, and the more I like really started loving sociology, I started hating the world. I can't even watch TV. I remember I was watching TV with my dad, and I was like screaming at every commercial and being so mad about the representation, how men were portrayed, how women were portrayed, and kids, and straight, and cis, and it was just so much of everything the same all the time, and it was getting really annoying, to the point that my dad was like, you're really annoying, you need to stop watching TV with us. So I can't watch commercials, and I was just angry at everything and angry at everyone. And then I realized, like, it's okay to like things that are somewhat problematic as long as you know that they are problematic. So it's okay that I like to watch Grey's Anatomy, even though there are some problematic aspects of like gender representation or something. I'm just giving you an example. But it was hard for me to like disconnect that. I went from like being like okay with everything and not seeing anything the way it's supposed to be seen, or like the way it actually is, to hating everything and not even wanting to watch TV, to now being okay watching TV but still like passive-aggressive comment about like a pickle commercial or something. Why is the woman holding the pickle, or some shit like that? But I think that my thinking has really evolved, and honestly, it's like, I don't know, I can talk about sociology all day long. I don't want to make this video long. But anyway, so through going in sociology, I went into a class called field research, where we actually had to do research and have interviews and stuff. And that was the first time I had ever done real research on trans people, like with people, interviews, and presented it to a class. So me, all relaxed, don't know how to present this, super anxious, sits on the desk, like my legs are like flapping like this, and I'm just like talking, and oh my God, it was just so, I felt so uncomfortable. But I was excited to be able to bring this research to my class, even though we were only like 12 people in the class. But after that, the friends that I met in that class made me realize that like I should do honors. I should probably do my master's, because they loved sociology and the way that they were researching and the topics that they were researching. And I realized that there's not that much about the things that I specifically research with the trans community, and I have good access. So I decided to try to get into honors. I did get into honors, and honors was just one more class where you had to do a thesis, and it's a 1-year course. And that class it just showed me, I'm like, I love doing this. I love doing research. My research was about the importance of passing as it relates to identity, safety, and masculinity or something. And it was so interesting to talk to these 8 trans guys about, I think actually one of them was non-binary. So let's say 7 trans guys, 1 non, whatever. 8 people who are on the trans spectrum, whatever, under the trans umbrella, about this, and being able to like present it in like a presentation that was well structured. That was probably my best piece of work I've ever done. I'm so proud of that. And the research that I had done for for field research was trans versus trans with the star, the problems within the trans community or something like that, which was really fun to do and really scandal. But here I am now. What am I doing with my life? That seems like so long ago, and it oh my god. But so after honors, I applied to do my master's, and I got in, same school, same supervisor, and I did classes. I did horrible in my classes in the beginning because I was going through a lot. I was super depressed, and I was like, I'm not supposed to be in grad school. Everyone kept saying, everyone has imposter syndrome in grad school. And like, I don't care how many people tell me that, like I still feel super dumb. I'm super dyslexic. I didn't learn to read until I was like in grade 7 was the first book I ever read. And it was one of the easiest books you could ever read. And I could barely read it. So I struggle a lot with spelling and grammar and reading out loud and presentations and stuff. And a lot of people struggle with that. It just sucks that I really feel like I'm not supposed to be in grad school. And that's also because like some teachers in the past have been like, you're never gonna get into grad school, or maybe you shouldn't do this, or maybe you should do that instead, and like really making me do the easier things so that I can just get out of there as fast as I can. But I'm sticking to what I want to do, and I'm doing a thesis. I have no more classes left. I am currently working on my thesis now, and I'm doing it on tattoos, trans men, and identity. Okay, that's it. And you'll get a whole video about that when it's done, which won't be now, it'll be later on. But I love that in sociology I'm able to research something like this, because I feel that in some departments researching something like this would just not fit. And I don't know, I think it's just, man, I wish I could put words into like why I love sociology so much, and I never want to stop. I want to stop academia. I can't do research that trans people can't access. The writing that we have to do is just very academic, and it's hard sometimes for people to follow, and I don't want to be that person that just researches trans people and just get the money and leave. No, I want to work for like a community organization and do research there or something like that, and research for trans people, by trans people, and give trans people a voice. Like, yo, look at my thesis. You'll see that there are so many quotes in there. It's like almost all quotes, but I don't care. That's what I wanted. They needs to have more quotes, because a lot of research just completely just talks over trans people and doesn't put quotes in there. I'm like, yeah, are you interpreting what they said, or they're interpreting themselves? Like, you need to let people talk. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm just like complaining and being sad right now, so I'm just gonna stop this video. But this got me really excited to keep going on my thesis, so thank you whoever suggested this. I'm gonna go and do a transcription of an interview right now. So I will keep you updated on how my thesis is going when it's over though, because I ain't talking about this again until it's done. But if you have any questions about sociology, or if you should go into sociology, a lot of questions are, what can you do with sociology? Well, you could work for in Canada, you could work for the government, you could do research. There's a lot of research that needs to be done, and sociology is really up there for that. A lot of people like, you could do social work. Honestly, you need like a bachelor's in social work or a BSW, or you can have a bachelor's in sociology and then go into an MSW, a master's in social work, but it's harder to get into unless you have amazing work experience, which happens to some people, which is fantastic. But like, even with my master's in sociology, I would love to do another master's and maybe do it in social work, but I'm okay. I think I'm gonna be out of academia for a while, start paying off my student loans, maybe get a real job. Please, I don't want that. That's one thing that really scares me about finishing school. Like, I'm not gonna have my student loans anymore. I'm gonna have to get a real job, but how am I gonna keep up with YouTube? I wish I could just do YouTube forever. I just need more and more subscribers so I don't have to worry about getting a full-time job and just keeping it like a part-time job, you know? But still doing research. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about sociology. If you love it, if you hate it, let me know. All right, have a great week. Bye.